So it's winter time, it's also lockdown, and it's snowing of all things. Now this brings about one big problem for me, and that is that snow is covering my solar panels, so my leisure batteries are getting depleted. And I noticed the other day they were right down to 12.4 volts, and I've been told not to let them go below 12.2. So what I did, I started my engine, just run the engine, let the batteries charge up, all well and good. And by running my engine as well, it dries out all the cab area, gets rid of all that nasty condensation. I think I made a video about that. I'll link that at the end of this video. But anyway, so I'm running my engine to charge my leisure batteries, and then I find out that it's quite bad for the engine. And not only the engine gets all clogged up with, someone said it causes ceramics in the combustion chamber. Ceramic stuff builds up. I'm not quite sure what they meant by that, but they also said that the DPF filter and the catalytic converter can get blocked up as well just by having the engine running. But you need to drive the van to blow everything out, and also your exhaust doesn't get hot enough and it rusts from the inside out. And I thought, I can't have that, I don't want that to happen. So I thought, how am I going to charge my leisure batteries without running my engine and with no solar panel? Obvious answer is to plug the van into shore power. I didn't want to ask Bob if I could run an extension lead to his house. After all, his house is up quite high because the garage is underneath. So he's got like a garage and then the house sits on top. There's no power in the garage, by the way. I know some of you are probably going to say, why don't you just plug an extension lead into the garage? There is no power in the garage. So I thought, what can I do? And so I come up with a cunning plan. Because I'm already charging my POWEROAK up in the house, and I use my POWEROAK to charge my power tools whilst I'm working on Rebecca's van, I thought, why not use my POWEROAK to charge my leisure batteries, or just top them up. So that's what I've been doing at night time. I've been plugging in my little, I've got one of these Nyko Genius charge controller things, or chargers. It's a smart charger. It's very small, very compact. Great bit of kit though. They do look after you, and it's got specifically on there 12 volt lead batteries, 12 volt AGM batteries, and 12 volt lithium batteries as well. It's quite an expensive little bit of kit, but apparently they're really good, and it was recommended to me by someone I trust as well. So I've been using this during the night time. I've been plugging my POWEROAK in, putting this on, forgetting about it. Usually in the morning my POWEROAK is right down to about 40%, which isn't too low, and it doesn't take too long to charge it back up again. So that's what I've been doing, and it has worked really well. Since I've been doing this, my batteries haven't dropped below 12.8 volts, I think. They're at 13.2 now. And again, my solar panels are covered in snow, so it just shows that this does work. And if you've seen my channel before, you've seen some of my previous videos, you'll know I am a massive fan of POWEROAK, and it does have many uses. And I'm not trying to promote this, I just wanted to share this in case there's anyone else out there in a similar situation. So that's what I'm doing. And today, because it's working so well, I've bought an extra lead, because this is connected to my leisure batteries via a crocodile clips. So what I'm going to do today is put a more permanent solution. I'm going to connect this to my to my leisure batteries, and it's a permanent connector. One goes on the positive, one goes on the negative. Then I've got this plug, so I can unplug. I didn't think this through, I should have got this all ready. Hang on, back in a minute, excuse the back of my head. So I'll just unplug this so I can show you what I mean. Sorry about that. Right, so at the moment I'm using these crocodile clips to connect up to my leisure batteries, but that means I've got the top of the leisure battery box off, and all my stuff under my bed's all over the place. It's a right mess. So these unplug. It's really clever how this works. And I'm going to keep these in case I ever need to use my battery charger to charge my actual van battery. So I'll put those to one side. I'm going to connect this up to my leisure batteries reroute it all through, put the lid back on, and then all I've got to do is simply plug this in. And if ever I need to use my battery charger to charge my van batteries, I can just simply unplug it. So what I'm trying to say is, brilliant bit of kit. Right, so I'm going to connect this all up and see how it works. Don't think I can film it because it's very dark in there, but I'll give it a go. So here are my leisure batteries. Now I've got these batteries from Alpha Batteries. I really do recommend Alpha Batteries. They're a cracking company and they do some fantastic deals. So my battery charger, I'm going to put one terminal on the positive, one terminal on the negative. Really simple as that. And then I can put my lid back on my battery box and put all this stuff away. Because that box is supposed to sit on top of that box. Right. Also, I think what I'm going to do as well, because this cable on the live goes to my battery monitor. So when I switch my battery isolator switch off, the battery monitor still stays live. And this is constantly a very, very slight draw on my batteries. And when I switch my isolator off, I want my batteries to be completely isolated. I don't want anything being drawn from them. I'll quickly show you what I mean by isolating my batteries during the day when I'm at work or when I'm out and about doing stuff. And this is especially important during the winter when there is very little light around. And my solar panels, I want to get as much out of them as I possibly can during the day when I'm not using the van. So that's why I like to isolate my batteries. If I switch this off, as you can see, obviously all my lights go off, but my battery monitor, that stays on. But let's just switch this on again and I'll show you what happens if I don't isolate my batteries. If I simply just turn my lights off, like so, as you can see, even though everything is theoretically switched off, there's still power being drawn from my batteries. Look at this, 9 watts. 9 watts of power is coming out of my batteries, even though everything is supposed to be switched off. And the reason that's being drawn is because of the little things. It's the little things like, for instance, hang on, let's turn my lights back on. Might make more sense. The little things like my heater controller. This is drawing power from my batteries constantly, even when the heater is switched off, because it's got the clock on there, which is now 00. That is taking power from my batteries. The other thing that draws power from my battery, let's just close that, is my gas alarm, which is down here. And the gas alarm, again, that is drawing power constantly from the batteries. So that's why I like to isolate my batteries when I'm not in the van, simply by flicking this switch. But like I say, the only thing that does stay on is my battery monitor, and that's why I want to rewire that so that gets switched off as well. So right, let's carry on with the project at hand and connect my battery charger up to my leisure batteries. So now what I've done, I've connected the cable directly to my battery using that extension lead. It's not very long and it's not very easy to get at, but at least now I can simply plug this in, or plug the other end of my charger in like this, and that can just sit there, I suppose, quite out of harm's way. My my wardrobe boxes with my clothes in can simply go back into place. There's plenty of room there. My charger can now plug into my POWEROAK. I can turn this on. There goes my gas alarm. And then my POWEROAK can quite happily charge my leisure batteries. And if ever I do need to use my charger to charge my engine battery, all I've got to do is unplug it and plug my crocodile clips back in. And then that way I'll get my charger back. Well, there you go. As you can see, I've just switched it on and it's on the lowest segment. It should slowly go up and then it will go on to trickle charge once it gets there. There you go. And now it's on full boost. And my POWEROAK is now getting drawn 72 watts. And the little fans come on because the inverter's getting used to charge my batteries. Brilliant. Well, there you go. I just wanted to make a really quick video just to show you how I'm keeping my leisure batteries topped up during this pandemic whilst there's snow on my panels, or whilst I'm taking refuge on someone's driveway. After all, there's probably quite a few van lifers out there that are taking refuge on people's driveways and just don't want to ask your host if you can plug an extension lead into their house. I dare say most people wouldn't mind you doing that, but I just didn't feel comfortable enough to ask Bob. I'm sure he'd let me, but well, I don't know, I just didn't want to ask him. So I thought, I've got these products already in my van, I may as well use them to keep my leisure batteries topped up whilst it's snowing. And on that note, please do stay safe out there, please stay well, and hopefully come the summer we can all enjoy our freedom again. But until then, I'm going to try and keep my batteries in tip-top condition by using these simple products. There you go. I hope you found this video useful, mildly entertaining, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and hopefully, God willing, I'll see you next time. Ta-ra for now.